That would be me.
Look who we're hanging with.
Jason David Frank.
Boom shakalaka.
Please do not change channel.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for logging on and tuning in. If you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe. That way you can keep coming back over and over to hang with us and our wonderfully talented and creative guests in the arts and entertainment world. I'm Allyson Marie, and right now we are in Ithaca, New York at the Holistic and Psychic Fair, hosted by Dragonfly Cove Entertainment, and we're at the Ithaca Mall. And we are hanging with card reader and Reiki master Amy D'Angelo. Thank you so much for hanging with us.
Yes, thanks for having me.
So tell us a little bit about your gift as you're a psychic medium as well, correct?
No, I am not.
Card reader?
I am an intuitive card reader.
There you go.
I am an empath.
Okay.
So yeah, not a psychic,
So
not a medium.
Not a psychic, not a medium. Okay, so that's a good way to start because a lot of people don't know what is the difference.
Well, the way I teach it, there's two different types of empaths. There are empaths that are psychic empaths.
Okay.
And then there's empaths that are true empaths that we don't have the psychic gifts. So right now I'm very protected, so I'm not feeling anything from you without your permission. But if you had given me permission, I could read your emotions. I could start, kind of like seeing what's going on with you and what's still going deeper and whatnot. I don't read people without their permission, so you're safe. I'm not reading without permission.
So that's interesting that you say that, because how do you shut it off, per se?
It takes practice, takes years of practice. It's actually one of the classes I offer. It's called Personal Energy Management Basics, where we teach you how to ground, center, and shield. And shielding creates an ethical boundary. So it protects me from you, so that I'm not reading you without your permission, but it also protects you from me. It's like it goes both ways. So I'm not reading you without your permission, but also I'm not feeling your emotions and trying to process them as my own. So it creates a nice ethical boundary. So like when I do tarot readings, people say, well, how do you do tarot readings if you're all shielded? And basically what I do is I have them put their energy in the cards, and then I read that piece of energy that they've given to me. As I'm touching the cards and reading the cards, I'm reading that piece of energy that they've gifted. And that's how I'm able to do the reading while still keeping my shield up and staying protected.
Wow. So
same with Reiki. I can do a full Reiki treatment and keep everything protected, and I only access what they're giving me permission to access and what they're ready to heal. So.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I do a lot of classes, and so it's fun.
Are you naturally born with a gift of empath?
Yes. I'm a very strong empath, and it was interesting because I actually lived in a house full of psychics, and my mother is a medium. So they're like seeing ghosts and talking to ghosts and everything, and they're like yelling at me because they're like, well, it's just standing right in front of you, don't you see that? And I'm like, nope, but I can feel how pissed off you are about it, that I can't see this ghost standing in front of me. So they didn't understand because they didn't have any empaths in the family before, and I didn't understand because I'm a kid.
Right.
And, I'm not seeing the world the way they're seeing. So I shut everything down because I didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't know.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't have anybody in my life who could train me or teach me how to deal with it. So I locked everything away because it was the only way I knew to deal. And then that's how I kind of got through college and all that, was like locking it down. And then a few years ago I decided I'm tired of being locked down. I want to be me again.
Yeah.
So I sought out some classes and started learning control, and now I've actually developed my own series of classes based on some information I've learned from others, but also some information I've developed on my own. And now it's a whole new world, and I feel much more myself.
Yeah, it is. Empathic is very... I'm slightly, I can feel like negative energy, or if something's off, or I did learn you have to push that away, push the negative energy away, and kind of
Make a barrier.
because you do
Right.
absorb all of that, and,
Right.
and it is confusing, and it's like, why am I feeling?
Yeah.
When
I
I'm
work
really
with
not.
a lot of young people. I work with like a lot of late teens, early 20s. I work with a lot of college students, people who are going away for the first time. They're out of their homes. They're living in a dorm, especially empaths or telepaths. They're living in a dorm situation. There's so much emotion, anxiety, all of that, and they can't escape it. So learning how to manage those energies is critical. And personally, I think a lot of kids struggle in their first years of college only just because they don't understand how to manage the energy, not because they're stupid or they can't handle college. It's because they're trying to handle everybody else's college experience on top of their own. It's a lot.
It is a lot. What is your process like when you're, let's say, doing your empathic? Well, do you combine your card readings with being an empath, or is it separate?
Well, I can't really turn off being an empath. I'm always an empath. So basically, I use the card readings as a way to only read what the person has given me permission to. So they put that little bundle of energy into the cards when they shuffle the cards. I tell them to put energy into the cards along with their questions and everything else. And then I get the cards and I can almost feel like the hum. I can feel this energy kind of seeping up my arms and kind of like humming. And then when I start reading the cards, different things, like everything is feelings for me. So all of a sudden I will feel like this person has a lot going on in their life, and then I'll feel that they have a very difficult person who's making it worse instead of better. So it's like everything is through feeling. So so then I kind of pull it together. So it's a little different. Most of the readers here are psychic mediums. And
it is a little bit. It's very interesting though. Very interesting.
We all have different gifts. We all have different skills.
How long does a reading last?
My public readings are typically 20 minutes. When I do private readings in my studio, it's a minimum of 30 minutes. But I have done readings as long as 3 hours.
Wow.
So if someone really wants like a whole year-long reading or a lifetime reading, if they want to like, it can be done. It's a long time.
Oh my goodness.
But,
wow.
Yeah, the longest reading I've done is 3 hours, and the longest Reiki treatment I've done was 3 hours.
Oh my goodness. So what do you hope that a client takes away from a reading?
Some guidance, some clarity. A lot of times when I think people are drawn to a reading, they've got a lot of chaos going on in their life, and they're just trying to make sense of it or find the light at the end of the tunnel, find a little clarity. Sometimes I'll get bigger messages from their guides or whatnot, but that happens more in the private setting than it does here, like in a public setting. So it's for me, it's more just trying to help them see the path through the woods, finding a way out. It's very fulfilling, and yes, there are tears sometimes because sometimes it's painful to let go of some of the things that we've been holding on to as kind of crutches. So kind of getting called out on that and be like, okay, I really do need to let go of this, and that can be painful. So, but
have you gotten
fun.
positive feedback from a past client that maybe you've helped?
Oh yeah. I've gotten even like in these environments where it's much less personal, and it's people walk in from the mall. They don't know who I am. They're just like popping in from the mall, like, oh, you seem like a nice person. I'll get a reading from you. But I always give them a little thank you gift that has my business card, because exactly for that reason. Like if you have a question, reach out to me. And I have had people Facebook message me and be like, oh, you'll never guess what happened the next day or later that day, or you were right, as soon as I changed my mind about this, like that whole issue just like went away. And so that is very gratifying to like get those little messages, and it's like, oh yay, I helped that person. So
so where can people find you if they want to make an appointment?
Okay, so I have 2 locations. My Auburn location is at Serenity Wellness Center, and it's 214 Seymour Street in Auburn. But I only hold classes at that location. If they want to see me for a Reiki treatment or a tarot reading, that's at my Fulton studio, which is on South 1st Street, 554 South 1st Street in Fulton, and there I have my treatment room where I do tarot readings, and I also do classes in Fulton. So
Very good. Do you have a Facebook?
yes,
Instagram?
Amethyst. I'm not on Instagram, but for Facebook it's Amethyst Reiki Services. You'll see you'll see my face on there. But yeah, so in the all my classes are listed on the events section. So if anyone's looking for a class in pendulums or energy management, or how to clear their home of unwanted negative energies, how to protect your home, if you're interested in Reiki certification, I teach it a little different than a lot of other people. I teach it from a scientific perspective because I'm actually a scientist. So in my other training, so yeah, so I teach Reiki from a little bit different twist.
That is really an interesting twist.
Yeah, so we talk about the energy system as a scientific, from more of a scientific perspective. So
cool.
yeah, we do a lot with elements, and we do a lot with science, and so I've written my own book for my class because I take such a different perspective on it. So.
Oh my goodness, that is really awesome. Do we have time for a game, Harry? We have time for a game.
Okay, cool.
We like to play games on this show. I want to play Go Bleep Yourself. Okay. Have you ever played?
No.
It's really cool.
Okay.
Basically, you just choose a card, you read the question, and then you fill in the bleep with whatever you want.
Okay. Oh, sounds like it could be loaded.
It could be. All right. I can't remember. Go ahead. You go first.
Okay. So do I fill in the bleep when I'm reading it, or do I?
You can, no, I would say bleep. I say bleep in that.
I say, so bleep can make or break my morning.
Ooh.
So now I fill it in, or
now
you fill it in? Okay. That would be my cats. My cats can make or break my morning.
Yes.
Depends on what they broke during the night.
You mischievous ones.
Yes, they could be very cuddly, or they could be hiding because they know mom's going to be pissed when I get up.
Oh, goodness. Never bleep in the pool. Never piss in the pool. One more.
Okay.
One more. Let's see. Okay. I start to bleep when I'm tired. I start to play with my hair, and sometimes I sing.
Oh, that's a good one. Should I tell my mom I'm bleep? And I guess that one was actually like being an empath, which I finally was able to explain to her in the last couple years.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like, we always had this contentious relationship, and it was only in the last few years when I understood my gifts that we were actually able to have that conversation and kind of heal some of those wounds of frustration we had when I was younger. Yes. So it's like when I pulled this card, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like what we were just talking about.
Meant to be.
So.
Oh, guys, we've had so much fun hanging with Amy today. I am Allyson Murray, but before we go, we would like to give a very special thank you to our partners at Krypton Radio out of LA, Famous Faces and Funnies, Off the Chain Radio with Yvonne Mason, Space Coast Comics, Asylum Convention Entertainment Services with Heather Reed, Embellish FX out of Orlando, Florida. These are the folks that share our videos all over the World Wide Web, and we hope you will too. Don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment, and let us know what you think of today's show and our guest. You can also check our guest links below. Remember to subscribe, log on, and stay tuned to see who we're hanging with next. Thank you so much.
Thank you.